Hello crafters, welcome to today's video. I'm going to be creating some Halloween candlesticks today, or candle stands, or pedestals, whatever you want to call them. I got this 6 sweet pots and it's the Frankenstein. I got them from Pound Stretchers because Poundland didn't have anything like them, and they're $1.49 for 6. Then I got these set of 3 little dishes from Poundland, so I'm going to be using them. And I got this 500 gram of white air dry clay from Amazon. I'll link it below. And I've already done it. I've not hot glued. I've used my E6000 and I've already glued one of my little bowls onto a wooden plinth. If I can find the link for these, I got these off eBay last year, so if I can find the link, I will link them below. So I will cover this with some black gesso at some point, but I wanted to get this glue done yesterday because it takes about 24 hours for the E6000 to dry. So we're not going to be needing those just yet. We will be needing some pots. Now I am going to do one that's 3 high, or maybe 4 high, and one that's no, 3 high and 2 high, I think. So now instead of covering, instead of putting these, just hot gluing them on top of each other, that's not going to be stable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the air dry clay, and I'm going to fill each pot with the clay. That will give it weight and that will give it stability. And with it being air dry clay, it's I can just put this in, squish it into all the orifices and then I will wait 24 hours for it to dry. I may well need to get another pack because I'm not sure if this pack will, because I want these to be nicely full. I don't want them to be half full or anything like that. I want them to have a nice, right to the top, right to the brim fill. Because what we will do is we will paint this black so it matches Frankenstein's hair, and then I will not hot glue, I will then use my E6000 to put the next one on top, and we will build them so they become part of the actual candle pedestal. So I want to make sure that I'm going right to the top and then giving myself the indentation of where the next one will be. So I will paint this all black once it's dry, and I will bring that to camera. So that's one field. Now it looks like I am going to have to get another pack. So the good thing about having Amazon Prime is I can get it so it's delivered tomorrow. So I will purchase another couple of these air dry clays because I want to make 2 of these. So one will have 3 and the next one will have 2 heads. So I need to order some more of this air dry clay. So that was 500 grams. So I'm going to order another 2, because that one will go on there like that, and then the next one will go on there like that. So I will need to order some more, which is no problem. And then once I've ordered more, finish filling this, I will come back to you once they're all dry so we can move on to the next stage. Okay crafters, I have filled my Frankenstein pots with the air dry clay. I couldn't think what it's called, but I'm really not a big fan of the way these have been painted, so I'm going to repaint them. I have this acrylic paint in the green and I have my black gesso, so I'm going to put some of this green paint. It doesn't have a name unfortunately, otherwise I'd give you a name. So I'm just going to put some of that in there and a tiny bit of black just to darken it, because I don't want it to be such a vibrant green, and I'm going to repaint Mr. Frankie here. One thing about these particular pots, where they've got the bolts that usually go in the neck, they've got them just below the ear, and it makes it look like he's wearing earrings. And later on, when these are dry and I go back and I paint them silver, which I will do, and then I add a cog to them from my stash, and it really does look like he's wearing earrings. They're in the wrong place. They should be where, you know, around his neck, but never mind. It's not a major disaster. I still think for £1.49 these are good value. Like I said previously, I'll link the air dry clay in the description box, so I got it from Amazon. And I do go in later once this green is dry and probably give it another coat, and then I also give it highlights with the more vibrant green. So let me let that to dry, and then we'll move on. Okay, crafters, let's move on to his hair. Now I'm just going to be using my gesso, and I have an angled brush. Show you like that. So that will help me with the angles of his hair. Okay, so I'll let that dry, give the green another coat, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, crafters, so I've added the eyebrows. Now I need to use a very fine brush. Very fine brush. I'm going to do the inside of his mouth and paint that black. And if you remember by the other one, he has 2 yellow teeth, which I will paint the same yellow as I do his eyes. Okay, let's let that dry, and then we'll move on to his eyes. Okay, and I'm just using another acrylic yellow paint, and again this is from Poundland a while ago. Don't need much of it, and again using a fine tip brush, we are going to repaint his eyes. Now I don't want this to be a solid coverage of eyes. I will do multiple coats, but you will still see some of the green that comes through, and I actually quite like that. It gives him kind of a tired, reanimated kind of look after all he was. You know, you guys know the story of Frankenstein. He's a man made of many parts, shall we say. Many facets. Okay, so I'm just trying to stay as best I can, stay in the framework where that's already been given to me. So like I said, I will give that multiple coats. And I will also do his earrings, his bolts, and this is just a metallic paint. This again is a metallic paint from Poundland, and I'm going to go over the green, and I'm going to be doing a dabbing kind of motion just to give it a thick coat, and also around the edges. And then once this dry, I'm going to use some E6000, and I'm going to adhere, which I didn't get any out on Second Crafters. Okay, so when it dries, I will put on 2 of these small silver cogs from my stash. Those of you who might remember the store might remember that I used to sell those, and I made sure that I kept some. So just painting what would be the bolts. And now I need to let that dry for a while. Okay, I'm going to let that all dry, and then I will do another coat on the eyes and come right back to you. Okay, crafters, so that's now done. So now what I need to do is, using the wrong end of the paintbrush, I'm going to dip it into the black, and we are going to give this chap some eyeballs. There we go. Now, just to show you the comparison, that's how they came, and that's the paint job. Now personally I prefer this because I prefer the darker green. I will add some with my silver Sharpie. I'm going to add some, give him some grey hairs, just willy-nilly, willy-nilly. You don't have to do this. Now I've only done this on the middle ones because I think I mentioned in the beginning that I'm turning these into candle stands. Hopefully that was in shot. Okay. So just a few silver streaks. Now I've got my base. I have my first one glued on, and I have, see, that's what it looks like when you've got the cogs on, but I will do that once this one is dry. So as you can see, I have him facing forward. This one I am going to put on so he faces my right hand side, so he's slightly, because the one I've already made, I have the middle one facing the left hand side, so I want him to face the right hand side. And we are going to use some E6000 on the base. Now if you are in the UK and you wanted to grab a hold of some E6000, I know that what do you call it, Amazon sell it. Okay, I need a bit more. Just going to turn you upside down and put some E6000 in here. Now this does take a few days to dry. I think it's because I'm using the clay, and the clay is very porous, so it does take a few days for it to dry. So it's very, very sturdy. Okay, so that's that one. The next one I put on top will be, this one's slightly sunk in, so I need to move it up slightly. Okay. Right, so that one will sit on there like that once this one is dry, and then using one of the bowls that I got from Poundland, I'm painting the inside and the outside black, and that will sit on there like that with the E6000, and that will be where I will put my candle. Now I have made one already, so instead of you waiting any longer, I'm going to put this to one side. I'm going to move this out of the way. And I'll bring over the one that I have already made. And there we go, crafters, that's what they end up looking like. The total height is, let's have a look, total height is 10¼ inches. And once I get a 4 or 5 inch candle on there, they're going to be really substantial. I really happy with the way they turned out. And all I'm going to do, probably even on the top one here, I might add a bit more green paint going upwards, but I don't know yet. I need to finish painting the inside of this bowl, and then I may spray it with some clear varnish. But the only varnish I've got is a gloss one. I don't really want it to be gloss. I really want it to be kind of satin or matte, so I may just leave them as they are. But really happy with the way they turn out. So the bases I've got a link for, I'll link that below. They're about £4 each. Then these bowls were 3 for £1 in Poundland. The cogs were in my stash, paint was in my stash, and the little trinket, not the little sweet pots, were £1.49 a pound stretchers. So they really haven't cost me much at all. And I'm really happy. I need to redo his teeth, they're not quite yellow enough. But there we go, crafters. Thank you very much for joining me with this Halloween craft. I'll have some pictures at the end. Take care now, stay well and stay safe, one and all.